like that, you know, just maybe. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome in, everybody. Did I make it on time? Technically, I might have been a minute late. I'm not sure. Clocks are weird like that. Welcome in. It is time for the Xfinity race at Texas Motor Speedway. Let's see. Is there a reason that's not charging? No, it should be charging. Okay. I want to make sure I got my headset ready. All right. Welcome in, Universe. And I got Denny Fan 99 in here as well. They'll get it all booted up. Looks like they are on the pace laps. Yep, lights are still on, so I actually have time to go grab a Mountain Dew. I already have a water, but I want to have a Mountain Dew as well. It's just the right way to do it, you know? I am at the mall. Well, put in an earbud or some headphones or turn the volume up and let everybody hear it. I mean, why not? But, yeah, let me go grab Mountain Dew quick before the green flag comes around. Oh, never mind. Looks like I still see the flag out, so it's going to be another lap. Which koozie to use today? You know what? I already chose my koozie. My koozie of the day is going to be a signed Noah Gragson koozie. It's just the right way to do it, you know? How's your playoff? Who's your pick to win Texas? Texas is going to be whoever gets out first on the last restart. That'd be my pick. It could be, frankly, anyone. But the reason I would just pick whoever gets out first is just because that's, you know, that's just what it's going to come down to. Who's going to get out of the pits first on the final set of pit stops, and that's probably who's going to win the race because it's that kind of racetrack. So, obviously, I would love for it to be Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, you know, one of the playoff guys that I would like to have guaranteed in before Dega, but I'm not going to be too it's Texas. We're all going to be disappointed in the end, aren't we? Let's see here. I did that in the car once. I was a mod, and we had to go somewhere, and I just let everyone in the car hear what was going on. Pretty sure that was the Darlington Gregson win. Heck yeah. That was a fun one. And then he won 2 in a row that I got to watch in person, so that was even more fun because I was at those races. Bristol last week was really fun. I've got a great bunch of videos to put together when that Gregson car comes out. It's going to be a long video because it's going to have a lot of at the track video from that race. So when that one finally comes out, and then I actually have to get my my AJ Allmendinger from last year put together. I got a lot of video to add to that one as well. So that's why I like to make a little bit of the videos when I'm at the track and stuff. All right, looks like they're just going through pit road now, so could be another minute or so. All right, let's see here. I need to turn on my headset. Lights are still on, so they got at least another full lap yet. A hurricane heading your way. That, I'm not sure what to think of that. Like, hurricanes are weird. Because it's literally like, here comes a really strong storm. We know it's going to be a strong storm. And that's just sort of what it is. You know, like, your only prep work is basically do what you can, and then once it hits, clean up what you can. The reason I find it weird is because I'm from the Midwest where we have tornadoes where, you know, all of a sudden out of nowhere, boom, tornado, boom, your house is gone, boom, and then it's like, came out of nowhere. So I don't know what it would be like to have the prep going in, like, it's coming, and you have 7 full days to just sort of wait. Oh, Ty Gibbs went to the back for an adjustment. They could be fast, but it's going to be hard to pass. But I think they needed to make that adjustment. You see, he's only supposed to start 8th. That's not fast enough for them. They're normally faster than that, so I don't think they're happy with the car the way it was. missing a box. I'm missing a Daniel Hemrick box. I don't know where I put it. Well, whatever. Somebody yesterday got a Kyle Larson Phoenix off the website, so I'm also investigating or inspecting that car to make sure it's ready to go. That way that one can get shipped. Yep, looks like I actually already had a... wait. That doesn't have the pin in it, does it? Let's see. Alright, so looks like he's finally to the back. Yep, Kyle Larson Phoenix. And they also got a Chase Elliott Martinsville ARC. So a couple of pretty good playoff cars from the last couple of seasons. From also the last couple of champions. So, pretty cool. Alright. Well, that one is good. I will have that prepped and ready to go. Now I need... Wow. All cruddy in my throat. Next thing I need to do is find a Daniel Hemrick box I had. I'm not sure what went. Either way, we're still getting ready for the green flag. So, as you can tell, classic NASCAR. Coverage starts at 2:30. It's 2:52 and you're not racing yet. Like, I'm sorry. That's not acceptable. We need to be racing by 2:52 p.m. Like, that's really late. All right. Actually, we are racing. I just don't know about it because I'm a little bit delayed because of Hulu. But you can tell Brandon Jones gets away with the lead. Maybe. We'll see what happens when they come back around for lap 1. All right. Now we're under green on Hulu. So, yep, that's how they get past the line. Looks like it's everybody fight. Oh, Brandon Jones got turned off the bumper of Hemrick in turn 1. Brandon Jones saves it, and there's no yellow. Well, that's about the worst possible start you could have if you're Brandon Jones. He's literally already in 30th. And he's only on the backstretch. What the heck happened? Well, let's go ahead and pop this open. The intensity is already here. Intensity time. All right, let's check this replay again. Oh, yeah, the 11 just bumped him into the corner. Oh, yeah, that's kind of on the 11. You got to give him a chance, man. Wow. So, Brandon Jones doesn't fall all the way back. He's in 19th position, but Noah Gragson has gotten away with the lead, and the TV has yet to show it. They're just not paying attention right now. I am curious what happened to Hemrick. Looks like he fell to 4th, Landon Castle to 5th. A.J. Allmendinger is 8th. All right, so now I'm watching here. It looks like half a second, Gragson lead. Listening to the radio now. All right, yeah, sounds like he didn't mean to hit him and turn him, obviously, or turn him sideways. He meant to help him into turn 1, but obviously he went too far. So, nothing intentional, but that doesn't mean Brandon Jones is going to be happy about it. All right. Wow, look at that best lap time. John Hunter Nemechek laid down a 29.8. That's fast. Brandon Brown in the 8th position. Looks like he is going to get around A.J. Allmendinger. Or, sorry. They both got around Josh Berry. We're on lap 6 of 145, so fastest car on the racetrack still shows John Hunter Nemechek. Now, if we're looking for our update on Ty Gibbs is up to 28th. So Ty Gibbs has quite a ways to climb yet before we go too far into this race. So this is Classic Texas. Right now we're at the dull stage where everybody runs single file because there's no grip anywhere. So yeah, that's all I can say. That's where we are. Let's read some chats. Uh, Going to the Spring Darlington races next year. Oh, that's awesome. It will be my first Xfinity and truck race in person too. 4th overall Cup race though. Well, I'm glad you're able to go to all 3. That's awesome that you didn't have to miss the other ones. Yeah, that Denny Darlington. Let me know if it's ARC or Elite. I'll put it on my site. You just gotta tell me which one you want. Because I have one Elite on the site at the moment, I believe. But I was going to probably look to get it at ARC for the website as well. All right, so as we get moving in here, it looks like Gregson is kind of held it at about a 4/10 of a second lead. It's kind of down to 0.32 right now. So John Hunter is closing in, seems to have the better car at the moment. I'm not sure long run wise what we will see, but he is closing in. Allgaier in 3rd, Hemrick 4th, Castle 5th, Sieg 6th. Everyone's just sort of in that line. So yeah, Ty Gibbs up to 25th at the moment. I usually get ARCs though. Okay, that's fine. I was looking at getting one for the site anyway, so I'll probably pull one in. Although if you're in Australia, I have to probably get some different shipping for you. So I can't remember if you were the one that was in Australia or not. I could be wrong there. I think I might have my memory mixed up. I know I have a Denny Hamlin fan that lives in Australia. I know I have that much. All right, it looks like we got a little battle for the lead heating up. So John Hunter to the lead. Noah Gragson back to second. Pretty dull. This is classic Texas. What can I say? In Florida. Okay, so that was somebody else. I know I have a Denny Hamlin fan down there. You're just number 99. There might be a different one. But oh, yeah, Florida Denny Hamlin fan. I should have been able to read that. Well, that's good. That means I don't have to worry about trying to ship it international. So I'll just get an ARC for the website. And I believe they have that spare tire that comes with it. So that'll be cool. And I also have the event pin. The Cookout Southern 500 pin was the one from last year. So I also have that one. That's a good idea to go to Darlington, though. That's one of Denny's best tracks. So if you're going to go somewhere, I would definitely think that Darlington's a pretty good pick for that. So Gregson now half a second back. Allgaier 1.7 back. And we are heading to our first commercial break on Hulu. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Oh, I want last lap time. Trying to see if we got any surprise runners. Kyle Weatherman in 12th. Good run for him. Sanchez in 13th. Jones has rebounded up to 14th. Looks like he does have a pretty good car today. Ty Gibbs up to 20th at the moment. And we got Brandon Brown in 11th. So it's kind of our somewhat surprisers of the day. All right, dealing with a Pfizer commercial. What do we got next? Coca-Cola with the glass bottles. With the glass bottles. All right, so as we're under the long, well, I shouldn't say long, it's feeling like a long green run already. So we'll see how We'll see how the race lines out. Luckily, it's only 300 miles tomorrow. 500 miles of Texas. I don't know how I'm going to stay awake through the whole thing. Parker Klein says, going to my race at Homestead. Hope Ross or Joey wins. I like the dirty drivers. Yes to Ross, no to Joey. No Joey. No Joey. I've seen Joey win 4 different times, and I'm definitely not a Joey fan. Seen Harvick win 3 times, not a Harvick fan. Actually, this season's been interesting, though, because this season I have seen Kurt Busch win, and then I saw Joey Logano win, and then I saw Bubba Wallace win, and then I got to see Chris Buescher win. So I got to see some cool winners so far this year. So I'm pretty happy about that. And Toyota Racing showing their commercial. While we're here, let's go ahead and go through our quick Cup lineup because qualifying took place earlier today, and a little bit of I'd say a surprise pole sitter in that Cup Series race. What do we got here? Say caution. Why does it say caution? NASCAR, I need to know. Anyway, here's our Cup Series lineup. Starting in the first position and on the pole, driver, the number 6, Brad Keselowski. So, Brad Keselowski and that RFK team riding some momentum and taking the pole. Then we have Joey Logano, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, and Michael McDowell rounding out the top 5, followed by Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Daniel Suarez in the top 10. We do have a crash. Jeffrey Earnhardt. That 26 is done. The Yes Way Toyota Supra is toast. That whole back end is missing, and the front end is not great either. So, dang. He's at the end of the backstretch, so it looks like that crash started maybe it came out of turn 2 that way, but yeah, it looks like it does happen early in the coming out of turn 2, contact. No, didn't hit the wall. On the outside, that is. He does end up clobbering the inside wall and just destroys the rear end of that car. So that will do it for the Sam Hunt number 26 for the day, unfortunately. That's a bummer. He had a pretty solid race going last week. And real bummer that his race comes to an end so early here today. Yes, way, we have a crash. Yeah, Texas can have crashes. It just can't do anything else. Can't hear me much? All right, that should be better. If you can barely hear me, I'll turn it up a little bit. I've seen Logano at Darlington, Hamlin at Charlotte, and Eric Darlington this year. Oh, so those are all this year. Tell you what, that Eric Jones Darlington's a pretty cool car. I think that's going to be an awesome one. So is that Denny Coke 600. Not Joey. I did not like that Joey race. I thought him just straight up wrecking Willie B was a little, I don't know. I would have rather seen him race for it. Yeah, Joey. I said that because of the hood logo on Jeffrey's car. Yeah, I know. Yesway is a weird gas station. They showed up in Iowa a couple years ago, like out of nowhere. All of a sudden, like 10 gas stations in Mason City that were like Come and Goes or other different, older brands, all were just suddenly Yesways, like overnight. All of a sudden, it's like there's a Yesway here, Yesway here, Yesway here. It's like, what are all these Yesways coming from? So that was a little weird. Finding that Chase Elliott got a good starting spot. Yeah, but it is Texas. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. It's still Texas. So they're 20 laps into a 45-lap stage. 4 sets of tires. Yeah, nobody coming. I'm surprised someone like Jeremy Clemens doesn't come in. Well, actually, I'm not surprised. He also needs to not have to deal with traffic. So, because Jeremy Clemens, the tires can help with stage points, but you'd start so far back, you may not even get there. Jeff, there's nothing that'll save Texas. Nothing. Yeah, finally 6th. It's like a pole. It's like a pole. That being said, he qualified bad last week, but he did finish 2nd. So that helps. Texas is my melatonin. I don't think Texas will be great. I just don't. Let's check I wanted to start that lineup again and see who our deepest playoff starter is. Our deepest playoff starter is Christopher Bell in 22nd. Everyone's been riding Christopher Bell like he's going to be he's going to go win the championship and all that just because he had a great round 1. Good for him on the good round 1. Starts 22nd tomorrow. Bubba Wallace, who's not in the playoffs, but his car number is 45. That will start 19th. Alex Bowman, 17th. Blaney, 14th. Chastain, 12th. Cindric, 11th. Suarez, 10th. 9th is obviously down, up the list you go from there. You get to the rest of the 12. Stay W hopes in Allgaier for this year. My hope is Gragson. I want Gragson to win the championship. Let's see here. A bulldozer might save Texas. Honestly, just banking in 1 and 2 would save them. Just progressive banking in 1 and 2. Fix it, and then you can race on it again. Why are half my commercials in Spanish? Like, I do understand it's Hispanic Heritage Month, but it doesn't help if I don't speak the language. Like, I don't know what you're advertising. Like, it's fine. It's just not effective marketing, I guess. You watched Race for the Championship, and how's it been so far? To me, I actually have really enjoyed it. I think it's done a pretty good job of following different drivers throughout the different races, which has been kind of nice. But I don't know. They haven't quite followed a driver that was in a big eventful situation. So hopefully they were following Denny or Ross or Chase at Gateway, that kind of stuff, because I want to know. I want to know that insider information, like how somebody that ran 10th on a certain race, like that's fine, but I'm really interested to get some of that, Final 4, Allgaier, Gibbs, Gragson, and Allmendinger. I think that's the best Final 4, so I do hope that's the Final 4, but I would not be shocked if somebody sneaks in. How about SMI make Texas a road course in the shape of the USA? Honestly, people have been talking about Texas becoming the next Atlanta. I don't want that. I don't want another Atlanta. I want Texas to just have banking. Just progressive banking, just like Kansas. The track is not a bad facility. It's got great suites. It's got tons of camping. It's a good facility. The racetrack or the racetrack surface has their problem. So it's like just reconfigure 1 and 2 and we'll be good. Ooh, this Mountain Dew's good. Ooh, very nice. Oh, Parker Retzloff in the 0-2 has heavy damage to the nose from the restart, so I didn't know about that. That Bob Pockrass has kept me updated on Twitter. Thank you, Bob. Let's see. This is going to be pretty awesome. Racers. Yeah, I mean, that Final 4 would be a fun show. Well, yeah, Letarte didn't have Gragson in the Championship 4 with all the points he has and Martinsville. Like, Martinsville's one of his best tracks, so good luck with that. Let's see. My bets for the championship are Allgaier, Larson. Cheering for Larson since 42. Oh, I gotcha. I would say the Cup Series champion is going to be a crapshoot. Xfinity, I'm going to have to go with Noah Gragson. He won at Phoenix in the spring. He's had great runs all season, so I like his odds. Send it, Noah. Send it. Very nice. Noah sends it in on the outside. Brandon Brown also sent it, but he did not keep it on the ground. or keep it on the bottom. So. Oh, never mind. The 18 pulls it on the bottom. Man, that they really got to get that second lane worked in. Oh, big damage to the right side of the 1. The 1 has been in the wall. There is a huge scrape along the right side there. Let's see what happened there. He was in 5th. Oh, AJ goes 3 wide. Oh, that's why the 68 went high. Is that where'd the wall scrape come from? Huh. I, for some reason, thought it was a wall, but I guess they're showing it's just a tire. But yes, he's got a hard hit on the right side. That right side is wrinkled up. Oh, wait, no. It does happen in 3 and 4. It gets loose coming out of the corner, and wow, he pancaked that wall. I mean, that was a parallel hit. He just absolutely smacked it. He's back to 20th now. And just like that, Noah Gragson has clinched the next round. Sam Mayer got a hard hit in the wall. Yep, got that. Considering we didn't have any championship riders winning, I have no guesses for this round. I have no idea. Xfinity is not... Okay, here's what I'll say. Xfinity Series at Texas is way better than Cup at Texas. However, Xfinity Series at Texas is one of the worst Xfinity races of the year. It's just the Xfinity car is like perfection. Like, the Xfinity car is the best car on the racetrack, period. It's not close. And so even on the worst track of the circuit, it still puts on a good race. The 1 has fallen to 20th, still there. Noah Gragson, as they run, has a 73-point cushion over the cut line, so he's almost 2 full races up. No, not quite 2 full races, but he's getting there. And Jeremy Clements, I mean, shout out, running 9th. Nick Sanchez running 8th. Kyle Weatherman in 7th. I mean, we got some good runs going there. All right, all the drivers have started using traction compounds, so there's a chance. Hopefully, here's hoping Gibbs gets eliminated. That's a big stretch. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is a big stretch. So the 9 car dealing with some unpredictable handling. Still in seconds, but he just mentioned it was having some struggles. Kyle Weatherman deserves the 9 car. Yeah, way more than Jones. Way more. Yeah, Cindric, Briscoe, and Suarez are almost confirmed outs, quote unquote, normally. Here's the problem. It's Texas, which is all track position. It's Talladega, which is a crapshoot, and the Roval, which can also turn into quite a crapshoot. So this round, nobody is safe, and nobody is out. It's that crazy of a round. So Gibbs has found his way into the top 10. Which is good. It looks like they're starting to be able to move around a little bit, so that's got to help. Noah Gragson's starting to close back in. 10 to go in the stage. Daniel Hemrick really going to get a 3rd in the stage. Those are some very nice bonus points. He really needs those. I actually just put my Hemrick back in the box. The Phoenix win looks amazing, by the way. For those of you who haven't picked it up already, the Daniel Hemrick Phoenix wins are in. I think I have them on the website. I have to double check, but they look absolutely spectacular. That right side is all sorts of beat up, and it looks awesome. So figured I'd have to shout that one out because it's highly anticipated. Yeah, Noah and John Hunter are kind of just driving away at their own pace now. We'll see what happens, though, because what I've been impressed with so far this year is the ability for Luke Lambert to make Noah's car better throughout the race. That was something that Dave Ellens really had trouble with last year. They couldn't seem to be at their best at the end of the race. They always seemed to... They had a couple of good things happen, then a bad thing happen. Oh, we got a crash. Oh, we got a spin. Whatever Dale Jr. used to say. We got a car around on the backstretch. The 38... McLaughlin has gone around on the backstretch. Damage doesn't look bad. He has popped at least one of the tires, if not both of them. 9 to go in the stage. What do you do? I mean, if you're John Hunter, you have to pit and just screw stage points. I think if you're a Noah, you take the stage win. But then you may get pushed back in the pack. Like, I think Noah's safe on points, but that bonus point for winning a stage is worth something. So... I do think it might be worth it just because you can try to win the race, and if you finish second, you got nothing going into the next round. If he wins one stage, that's pretty big towards helping him move on. So I think you got to take the points here, just in case Talladega goes wonky. But we'll see. We'll see what the pit strategy turns into. Oh, we got a crash. That's what it is. Thank you. I knew somebody would know it. Want to see Harvick on the wall because of fear? Careful, I got a lot of Harvick fans in here. I actually have not showed it off yet, but I got something at Bristol. Something real nice. Really nice. Oh, I gotta turn these commercials off. They're so annoying. So yeah, we do have the new arrival from Bristol that I gotta show off yet. Xfinity and trucks are too hard to watch here in Brazil. Just one channel make transmission and then almost never do this. In Brazil, okay. I thought NASCAR International had something, but the thing is the Xfinity Series is the best racing. Like, I know everyone always... The Cup guys are the biggest stars, but imagine, like, the Formula 2 cars putting on a better race all the time just because, for some reason, the car was better. So even though Formula 1's got the big stars in it, Formula 2, the racing is always better. That's essentially what you have with Xfinity. The racing in Xfinity is always better. It's not close. Yeah, Bristol was a tough one for Allgaier because he probably had a good shot to win that after... the pit strategy shook out, and then to speed on pit road, he still would have had to pass Noah on the low line. I think he may have had a better shot to do it than Brandon Jones, but man, I mean, what a great race coming down to the end. I'm telling you, I loved it. Exactly. Xfinity have a lot more competition. I mean, they don't. Well, I think I know what you're saying. The Xfinity car puts on better racing, even though there are only about 10 to 12 cars that can really win from week to week. Even though that's the case, they still put on a great race. Cup Series, anyone can win, but the racing's still not that good. Like, imagine if you had 25 competitive Xfinity cars, and they were always sliding all over the place. Oh, man, that'd be incredible, wouldn't it? All right, so we're getting ready to look at the pit strategy, and what do you do? If you're Ty Gibbs, you could pit now to gain some track position, but you will lose stage points. Where if you're any of these guys, any of the playoff guys that pit, most likely will lose track position. But let's see. Here they come. Hemrick. Oh, wow. Bunch of them staying out. Very interesting. All right, so here's the guys staying out. We have Hemrick, Allgaier, AJ Allmendinger. Oh, John Hunter Nemechek shoots over the pit line. He went too far into the box, had to stop. Back it up, and then they could start the stop. So that is going to be a killer. Probably about 5 seconds, the time it took for him to get stopped and then backed up again. So chances are he is going to, without an issue, he's going to lose spots on pit road. So if everyone makes the same issue, he'll be fine. But I guess we'll find out. All right, out goes Noah Gragson, and he is out ahead of Ty Gibbs. He is out ahead of wow, John Hunter lost a ton, and I mean a ton of ground on pit road, but it was only one spot or two spots because that big gap of cars that stayed out was in the middle. So there was a big gap between third place or the third car on pit road, which was Gibbs, and everyone else. And because of that big gap, that's where we ended up. So with the 9, I think it was the number 9 cars that stayed out on the track, we will have a restart. How many laps to go will there be at the restart? Probably only about 4 laps once the restart comes in. We'll have about 4 laps, and then that will take us to the stage. So we'll see what we are looking at here. Trying to get an update on my ticker. There we go. Where's Bob? Come on, Bob. Where's your info? I need my Bob. All right, there we go. So as they come across the line, Hemrick, Allgaier, Dinger, Barry, Weatherman, Hill, Clement, Sieg, Poole, Yaley, Smithley, Mills, and Gregson will be 13th when they get to the restart. So that is your top 13 or your top 12 that stayed out. And again, it'll be about 4 laps, maybe 3 laps of green flag racing before they go on to the next caution. And then you'll see all those guys cycle to the back. You'll see Hemrick, Allgaier, Allmendinger, Barry, Weatherman. Those guys are all going to cycle downward, and they'll be back behind the guys that just pitted. Mayer on pit road again. Yeah, Mayer's going to be doing some pit repairs, so that's expected. Unless Kyle Busch is in the race, then Xfinity blows. Xfinity's great unless Kyle Busch is in the show, because Kyle Busch is always freaking... he's always just dominating. Although I think it may be different this year. I think the Xfinity Series competition has gotten better. But, I mean, yeah, the problem is it wasn't really Kyle Busch. It was the fact that Kyle was the only one. You need to have about 7 Cup guys, so at least you have some parity in there. It'll be interesting to see Gibbs move up next year to Cup. Yeah, I'm not... I think people are a little overhyped on Gibbs. I think he's a great driver. I do not think he is the next Chase Elliott or the next... I think Ty Gibbs is in the fastest Xfinity car and has been since last year. Because anyone that's tapped in that 54 won. I mean, John Hunter won in the 54. Kyle Busch won in the 54. Christopher Bell won in the 54. Like, all those guys are winning in the 54. So the question is, what happens when it comes around and we have to look at, okay, I would have gone high if I was Noah. He took the inside. I would have gone to the top so you can go 3 wide around the corner, but maybe he's going to go 3 wide into the corner. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like the bottom. All right, coming around, we're going to get the green flag. Oh, thank you very much, Denny Fan. Getting that out of here. You should be able to block the user, by the way. So when you see those pop up, just block the whole user because they're useless people or bots. Who will be my favorite Xfinity driver next year since Noah is leaving? I have no one. I know. I'm in that same boat. Like, I don't know who to root for. I mean, I'm still really hoping that there's an opportunity for Brett Moffitt to run somewhere, because Brett Moffitt is my favorite driver in whatever series he's in. But, yeah, I mean, without Noah, Saturdays are... I mean, it's the same thing with trucks. I don't have a favorite guy in trucks to watch, and I don't enjoy watching it that much. I don't think the racing is all that great. And I don't know. It's not... The quality is not up to par. All right, restart is here. Oh, wow. Wow, Noah Gragson did go to the bottom and did make up a ton of ground there. Bad restart for A.J. Allmendinger. He is all over the place. All right, 1 to go in the stage, guys. 1 to go. Hemrick is out front by 0.2 of a second. All right. Last time into the final set of corners. Hemrick's going to go high. Allgaier is going to go middle. He's not going to have enough to get there. Ooh, Noah almost got him, but oh, it says he did get him. Did he really? Wow, it says Noah at the line by just a little bit, so Noah gets 4th in the stage. Man, Noah's so fun to watch. Sorry for bad English. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Why you don't put a chat box to replay the chat on the screen, on the black part of the screen? Oh, I don't honestly know, to be honest. Probably because I don't want to get the spam bots. I don't want them in the chat, and I don't want them on the screen. Because there are some spam bots that pop in every once in a while, and they just leave a ugh, like gross chats. So yeah, we leave them out of there. Favorite will become Austin Hill. Nope, can't root for Austin Hill. He took Brett Moffitt's ride in the 16 truck. Like they showed up with money, and then all of a sudden they were like, even though Moffitt won a championship, he's out because he showed up with a briefcase full of money. Nope, not happy about that. Still ticks me off to this day. I hate when people hate on a good driver who just got out of a trash team and started beating their favorite drivers. Makes me annoyed. I mean, it depends. Here's the thing: if Brandon Jones next year goes out and wins a couple of races, I still don't like Brandon Jones, and it doesn't have anything to do with him being in trash equipment or not. It's the fact that he's had all the opportunities in good cars, and guys like my favorite, Brett Moffitt, has never had an opportunity in a good car. I mean, his best opportunity was his 07 car at Kansas, which was a Stuart Haas prepared car through Greenlight, and that was a top 5 car. I mean, that thing was fast. It only got to 10th before the rain hit, but it had restarted 20th. 2 laps before that caution came out. 2 laps, he went all the way up to 10th. That thing goes 5 more laps, he's in the top 5. Like, he was that good. It was a great race car. And when he has so few opportunities, and there's guys like Riley Herbst, Brandon Jones, and you could name a number of them that have had just great opportunity after great opportunity and not done anything with it, that one drives me nuts a little more. Like I said, we're talking about a guy who won a championship and then lost his ride. That's a whole level of stupid. It's going to be weird to see not see Rowdy in a Toyota. I'm excited for Kyle next year. I think he's got a good chance. I think Randall Burnett and Kyle Busch could be a potential duo that could be really scary. Like, they could go out and do really well because Kyle Busch is still the same driver. Like, I don't think people realize Kyle Busch is a very, very good he's a very good race car driver. Very good at making it better, making the car better throughout the race, making it, basically helping the car to get faster and faster. And oh no. Noah Gragson has a loose lug nut. He will have to come in and replace it. I mean, at least he still got 4th on the stage, right? It's got to count for something. Yep, he's coming in. He's got to fix the lug nuts. By rule. Bummer. I mean, the good thing is he's not changing all of his tires, so he will be the first car off pit road. But the downside is he's going to have to fall behind all those cars. So, yeah, they're just going to bounce him over, and they're just going to get some lug nuts on there. Yep, Noah's in and out. So, real quick, they got the lug nuts back on, but sadly it was a lot of lost track position. So Noah will have to go to the back, guys. He will have to go to the back. I feel like people overlook that Kyle will probably do better on the road courses. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Busch has always been a solid road course racer. It says Noah has 2 tires. He has none. But yeah, I think Randall Burnett is a better crew chief than people like to give him credit for. I'll probably root for Creed, to be honest, but I haven't decided yet. I like Creed. I think Sheldon Creed's pretty good guy to root for. Obviously, I'm going to root for guys probably like Ryan Sieg, Brandon Brown, Jeremy Clements, all those guys, and getting to hear, or like root for those teams. I'm not sure what the deal for Landon Castle is. Sounds like they have sponsorship, so I would like to see Castle do well. Sammy Smith, he'll be coming up into the 18 car, I assume. Out of ARCA from last year, so I do think Sammy Smith will be a potential, and I'd like to see him do well. So that's another one. Sonoa will be back in 19th position. Oofda. I think Kyle is better than people give him credit for. JGR lost big time. I think they did. I think Kyle is a very knowledgeable and a very driven race car driver. I don't think people realize Joe Gibbs was not a title contender year after year before Kyle got there. Kyle and Denny came in around the same time, and those two really helped build that into a championship contending team. Like, don't get me wrong, Joe Gibbs has something to do with that. But you've seen what guys that aren't great drivers do when they get there. Eric Jones didn't do that hot there. Daniel Suarez didn't do very good there. Once they swapped Daniel Suarez for Martin Truex, the car did better. Like, your driver has a lot to do with how well you run. And you'll notice when Gibbs really puts as many quality drivers into the seats as they can, they seem to run at their best. And the same thing you could say about Hendrick. When they put a bunch of rookies in, they struggled. As the rookies have gotten better and their information has gotten better, the team is getting a lot faster. But I'm telling you, experience is something that matters. That's why you see guys like AJ Allmendinger outrunning his teammate in the 31 every time he's on the track for Colleague, even though he's running part-time. Rowdy is a pretty good driver, but he has a bad reputation because he's road rage. Yeah, a lot of that's old though. I mean, he gets frustrated still time to time, but for the most part, Kyle Busch is one of the best race car drivers I've seen in terms of, like, I don't get worried when Kyle Busch is racing my guy for the win, because Kyle Busch does race fairly. He tries to race fairly. Like, if Joey Logano is racing Chase Elliott for the win, I am worried that Joey Logano is going to punt him into the fence, because that's how Joey Logano races. Kyle Busch doesn't just punt you out of the way. He may slip up and get into you and create contact, but that is not his intent. Kyle Busch does not go into a corner intending to wreck someone. He goes in with the intent of trying his best. Oh, that's interesting. He goes in with the intent of doing his best to not run the guy over and run him clean, but still win the race. So again, Kyle Busch, the biggest thing is when something happens, like in the modern era, I'm not talking 2011 or 2012, I'm talking 2017 to now, when Kyle Busch runs into someone, it's almost always he's pushing too hard and he makes a mistake. Joey Logano's, sometimes he does make mistakes, but there's times where he just intentionally wrecks someone, and I don't like that. He intentionally rammed into Truex at Martinsville. He intentionally rammed into Byron at Darlington. Those were not accidents from racing hard. That was just him saying, I don't care about the car in front of me. He's my brake pedal now. And then bam. And that drives me nuts. I don't like the fact that somebody won't race someone clean just because, hey, it's the last lap. You can't get me back after that. Like, that wouldn't have flown in the old days. He'd have been wrecked 5 times from Sunday. Looks like Nick Sanchez also has a scrape on the right side, running in third. Good run for him, getting that 48 car up to third. I want Chastain to Chastain Joey. Yes, absolutely. That would literally be Joey just getting a taste of his own medicine. Let's see how he handles it. Probably goes down better. Oh, it says Gibbs just took the lead. He did. And TV missed it. Just went right around the outside of him. Brandon Jones. So we got Gibbs in the top 3 positions, followed by Sanchez, Castle, and Brandon Brown. All right, so lap 10 of 45, Noah Gragson is complaining of a vibration, it says. So could be if they put those lug nuts on but didn't jack the car up, they're useless. It may not be on tight enough, but we'll see. That's hilarious that Cody Ware's getting car. No, I don't think it's hilarious. It's about time. Like, dude, the Cody Ware car is a good-looking race car. Like, that Cody Ware car is a good-looking, colorful car, and we've never had one. Like, he's run that car for, like, years, and we've never gotten a diecast. So I'm actually really excited. Like, I'm getting one because I think it's going to look really good. And, I mean, people have been wanting a Cody Ware purple Neurotech car for quite a while. And I'm one of them. So, as much as you want to laugh because of the performance, which is justifiable laughter, I will say I love the paint scheme. Do we have a yellow flag? What do we got going on here? 171, 173, 176 for Noah Gragson, speed-wise. So Noah Gragson up to the 6th position, already pressuring the 48 for 5th. So John Hunter and Ty Gibbs are going after it again. All right, we're going to show that they're showing the Noah Gragson restart. This is going to look great. Oh, yep, he went 3 wide on the bottom. Sailed it in there. Very nice. That's a big deal. Getting cars early when you have good tires like that is huge. Because now he can pick them off one at a time. And Justin Allgaier and AJ Allmendinger and those guys are still back in 9th. So he's got 3 cars in between him and them. So now Noah has returned to the 5th position. John Hunter's starting to drive away. So John Hunter may have the car to beat today, in all honesty. I like what I see from him. We do need more purple cars. That's true. Purple cars look good. Remember, I don't know if I ever showed... Yeah, I had a video of it. William Byron, the Kobe tribute car that he ran at Fontana, and it was the liquid color. I'm telling you, that purple popped. It looked so good. Man, that Castle car looks really good. I like the colors on it. Oh, that looks good. All right, so as we look at the running board, Gragson is up to 4th, running pretty similar to the leader, if not faster. man, if he's got a vibration, he's still running fastest on the track. Like, I feel like you have to just deal with it at some point. If it's that fast, just deal with it. Like, he's running the fastest laps of the race. Not of the race, but fastest laps on the racetrack. He's already up to third. Like, he's running down the leaders. All right, so Austin Hill also dealing with that. I was listening to the radio transmission there, so he's also dealing with a tire issue of some kind, but he's also running quick lap time. So I think at some point you have to have the car getting worse before you're really willing to do something, because if the wheel is actually vibrating loose, it will make you slow down. The handling will get worse, but if his car is still handling as good as it is, I think you got to leave it. Yep, Austin Hill, we just touched on that. But yeah, it's, I mean, if you're running as fast as these guys are running and their pace is still really good, I think you have to let it ride. I mean, Noah Gragson was the fastest car on the track last lap. And Austin Hill was faster than a couple of the cars in front of him all the way up to Noah. So... All right, so we're about 20 laps to go in the stage, 23 laps left in the stage. John Hunter out front, Ty Gibbs second, Noah Gragson in third. Landon Castle top 5. I know the playoffs kind of bit him last week, and he's not in them, but pretty solid top 5 run here today. Now, guys in the playoffs that are having bad days, we got to look down. Ryan Sieg, Sam Mayer outside the top 20. Jeremy Clemens 18th. That's not great. Riley Herbst 14th. You know, Josh Berry's 11th. Justin Allgaier is 12th. We got a lot of guys that may not get stage points. So there's plenty of room on that leaderboard for guys to earn some stage points. All right, looking at the lap times again. This time it looks like between Gibbs and Gragson, they're both running down John Hunter Nemechek. We may have a 3-car battle for the lead in about 3, 4, or 5 laps. All right, now for you guys in the chat, just wanted to keep you updated. We also just got, oh gosh, what's the number up there? 20? I think I listed 20 new race pins on the website. I was working on that all morning, so I put up a new board. I kind of want to show you in the next video, but I put a bunch of new event pins up on the website. We got Chase Elliott's win from Nashville, that pin, the pin from Atlanta that he won with. We also got the pin from Sonoma from Daniel Suarez's first win, and just a bunch of different pins. Some of them are older too. We had some Daytona 500s from 2008, 2007, 2010. And then a bunch of, I would call them, 10-plus-year-old pins. So, yeah, I got a bunch of them listed and all ready to roll. And, yeah, I'm pretty proud. I'll have to show you guys the pegboard I used to get them all pegged up there, because it looks pretty good having all those pins up there. So, that was my morning. I love Brad's Violet Defense car, looking good in purple. I agree. I want to see that car with a beautiful liquid color finish. I think that look really, really good. All right, so looking at the lap times here, Ty Gibbs down to 0.8 of a second. Noah Gragson down to 1.5 seconds. They're closing in on each other. And meanwhile, Daniel Hemrick has gotten to 7th and no further. So it's been a struggle for those other guys. Like, their cars just don't quite have the same speed. Justin Allgaier's up to 11th, but that's still not any stage points. Joe versus Carroll. Goodness. All right, 18 to go in the stage. Let's see. 0.6 of a second back is Ty Gibbs. 1.4 to Noah Gragson. It looks like those front 3 guys are the guys to beat. I don't see anyone matching their speed. It's the front three and everybody else. All right. Lap traffic is starting to become a factor. What? Oh, they're through the fields is all messed up. Hi, Race Craze. Where can I get my hands on a Phoenix 2021 championship pin? That's a really good question. I got mine last year. I do still have one available, but it's not the same pin. It's actually, it just says season finale 500 and then November 2021, but it's an all chrome pin. It's not the same design as the one that I think you're looking at. You might be able to get one from Phoenix, but I'm guessing they sold out. So honestly, I think you just have to keep your eyes peeled to eBay or potentially call Phoenix and maybe go to their gift shop. They might have some leftovers there. Those are the only two places I can think of where you might be able to find something for that. Oh, David Starr with an issue. Bring it down. Caution on the speedway. Oh, boy. Now what do you do? 12 laps to go on the stage, just about like last time. Last time it was 9, but this one's 12. So we have a caution. What do? Do we see them pit before the stage, or do we see them stay out and get the points? I think at this point, if you're Gregson and you're concerned about the vibration, I think you come and pit anyway. And then, boy, that's, oh, wow, that thing took off. Yeah, that thing kind of poked the wall pretty tough. So Star has hit the wall. We have a caution with 12 laps to go in the stage. I think you're going to see very similar to stage 1. You're going to see guys like Landon Castle, potentially John Hunter Nemechek. You're going to see Nicholas Sanchez. A lot of those guys pit now and stay out at the stage. Question is, how many of those playoff guys are going to go for points, and how many are going to go for track position? All right. Looks like most of them will be pitting. So this ought to be very interesting. Going to the Roval and planning on getting 7 2022 124s and 30 22 164s. My goodness, where are you getting all those from? I pray you're not planning to get them from the trailer, because let me tell you, that is a terrible place to buy cars. Expensive-wise. Like, they're really expensive. But if you're getting them from, like, a Lionel store or something, that makes a lot more sense. But, hey, awesome. I hope you have a good time. The Roval, I've heard, is one of the best places to watch a race, because you can see the whole track. So, should be a good time, and hopefully you'll get some pretty cool cars while you're there. All right, so it looks like pit road will be open next time by because a truck was sitting in the way. So now everybody, including the fans at home, the fans in the stands, just going to sit there and watch them run at slow speeds. This is where race control has organizational issues. I know it seems like a little deal, but one lap is like 45 seconds to a minute just sitting there waiting. Like, don't make people wait. That's if there's one thing 2022 people don't do, it's wait. They want it now. And so speed it up, guys. Let's go. So we're still waiting. Alrighty. NASCAR race control being consistently inconsistent. Yeah, just waiting. Here we're all sitting around waiting for the pit stops. Did they just keep it closed for another lap? Guys, we're all tuning out. Not like physically, but we're mentally zoning out. Yep, they had it closed for another lap. The car is literally still. Get the car off pit road. My gosh. This drives me nuts. We're just sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Jeremy Clements on pit road with an engine issue. Now pit road's finally open. AJ and Daniel will stay out. And not many others. Not many others. Looks like Ryan Sieg from 19th will also stay out, but a lot of cars that came in. That is going to be a problem. Vendor / Lionel store, Scott's Collectibles. Okay, good job. That'll get you a better deal than what you'll get at the trailers. But yes, so looking at it, oh, that was 4 tires. Okay, 15 seconds. I don't know why I thought that was 2. Go, Noah, go, Noah, go. Go, 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 go. Gas her up. Did he get him? Did he get him? Did he get him? Did he get him? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Noah Gregson, first off pit road. Good job. Good job, crew. Whew. I love pit stops. So Noah Gregson and basically everybody goes for 4 tires. Gregson up 2. John Hunter down 2. And I missed the rest of them because it went to a commercial too quickly. Actually, I have a controller. I can go back and see what it says. There we go. What the? Okay, they're forcing me to watch a commercial. I don't want to watch. Stop it. There we go. There we go. So yeah, let's see, who else? Austin Hill gained 1, Castle lost 1, and then Creed and Barry swap positions. So overall, not a bad sequence of stops. They're still not letting me fast forward to make it live. It says you will watch the full commercial. There we go. Put me to live. There we go. Weird. So we have, I want to see who all stayed out here. Hemrick, Allmendinger, Sanchez, Sieg, Curry, Tommy Joe, J.J. Yaley, Garrett Smithley, Noah Gregson will start 9th. I really hope that the 78 and the 66 are coming back in this time around. They were maybe just trying to avoid traffic. because I really don't like the idea of starting in front of all these cars. All right. Oh, I'm not going to sneeze. Oh, I might. No, I won't. I'm good. All right. Another commercial. See, this is where it gets a little annoying. It was a simple issue as far as what happened on the yellow, and we've been under caution / commercial for like, I don't know, 10 minutes already. Like 10 minutes is a long break, especially for something very minor, and we're guaranteed another caution in like 6 laps, 7 laps, whatever. Like 7 more laps and we have another caution. Like, this drives me nuts. Like, you have this big, long commercial / caution break, and you're going to go 7 laps and do it all over again? Like, that slows the pace of the race down, and that's what causes people to tune out. Man, look at Texas. Texas is a beautiful racetrack. I know the racing's not good, but look at those grandstands. I mean, what a great-looking racetrack. Got the condos in Turn 2. They got the big Haas TV. I mean, that is a nice facility, even if the racetrack itself struggles as far as the on-track product. Oh no, Jeremy Clements is off. Jeremy Clements with an engine issue. Looks like he is done for the day. What a bummer. Had such a great season, really. I mean, he stayed out of trouble, got into the playoffs, and just, man, that's a tough way for that to end. And Josh Berry appears to have sped. Uncontrolled tire for Berry. Berry to the back. Not really going to hurt him too bad because he wasn't anywhere near the top 10 to begin with as far as stage points. I mean, it's going to hurt long term, but won't hurt him quite as bad when it comes to... Here we go. 5 to go. AJ Allmendinger to the point. Oh, Nick Sanchez is really loose. He was able to catch it, but went way wide. .13 spun at the back of the field. Stays green. Looks like they're going to keep going. If he get the car moving, dude. Let's go. No caution. Noah is up to second. He's going after second. He should have it by the end of the year. But John Hunter is right there with him. Coming to 2 to go, but AJ Allmendinger is absolutely gone. .2 seconds. One lap to go on the stage, it looks like now. One more lap. And it looks like it's going to be, yeah, it's a pretty good gap. So it's pretty spread out. Uncontrolled tire was the issue. Sad for Daytona winner. All right, 1.1 seconds. So everyone looks like they'll pretty well roll back. We'll see a little battle between Hemrick and Gibbs right here. which one will get back to the flag to get those extra points. But it looks like it'll be AJ Allmendinger, winner of Stage 2, then Noah Gragson, Nemechek, Hemrick, Gibbs as your top 5, then Hill, Allgaier, Sieg, Jones, and Mayer. So a lot of playoff guys. Actually, to be completely honest, all playoff guys, because the 18 is in the Owners' Championship hunt. So the only guys that didn't get playoff points are going to be Herbst, Barry, and then on the driver's side, they also didn't get it for the 51. So, yeah. Because remember, the 39 is not in the playoffs for the Owners' Championship, just the drivers. So 9 of the 10, all 10 are playoff guys for the Owners' Championship, 9 and 9, because I forgot which one wasn't. My bad. Hey, Clyde's here. Welcome in, everybody. We were just talking about how much we hate Harvick. I hope you're here to hear that. We were just talking about how awful Kevin Harvick is. Nah, you know that's not the case. I showed you the car I got from Bristol. Woo, it's going to look good. And Unifirst also made it back. So welcome back in, guys. All right, so at the stage, I'm going to look at that list again. I believe Allmendinger, Hemrick, Sieg will have to pit, and that's about it. Most everyone else fell way back before the in that little run there. Like I said, I was worried for the 66 and the 78. That just looked like a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, by the end of the stage, they were still back in 25th. It's like, why didn't you just pit and not put tires on just to stay back there, man? I don't know. I should get my supercharger out so I can get my phone charged up. Here we go. After just stage points from today, Gragson is plus 60. That's a full race. Yeah, looking at the points, basically, as long as Noah Gragson finishes this race, he's already locked into the next round. He has enough points that he is already locked in. All right. Colleague boys both have 17 and 16 stage points. So good days points-wise so far for those cars out of the Colleague stable. They look like they have better speed than usual too, but they will both be pitting here. So, hey, stage points are stage points. You never know what can happen. You got to lock up points while you can. Gragson pitted before both stages and still scored 16 points, so good for him. And actually a decent amount of cars still coming in, so got some cars pitting here. Which Cup Series team has the best paint schemes? Trackhouse, and it's not close. It's Trackhouse. Go look at the Trackhouse 1 car for this weekend. Oh, Lord, that thing is beautiful. The red and white. Whoo! You can bet I'm getting that. It's going to be amazing. It's not Stewart Haas. It's Trackhouse. Don't even lie. It's Trackhouse. It's Trackhouse. One more time. It's Trackhouse. Actually, Colleague, too. Colleague's got some good-looking cars, but they're in Xfinity. Their Cup cars are eh. But yes, Trackhouse's cars are just mwah, beautiful. All right, back to commercial we go. Which Cup team has the worst? Minus Penske. Penske has decent paint schemes. They're just boring. The paint scheme itself can look pretty decent, though. They just get boring because we've seen them so many times. When it comes to truly bad paint schemes, Oh. Who has the most boring paint schemes? I might go Childress. There's never been a Childress car that makes me go like, "Ooh, I really want that car." You know? Like I haven't had that with Childress. I've had that with RFK this year and Stuart Haas, Trackhouse obviously, Hendrick. So I've had it with those, but I don't think there's been one time where I saw a Childress car and went like, "Ooh, need that." You know? So I may have to go Childress. It doesn't mean their base paint schemes are bad. It just means that like when it comes to who has the coolest looking paint schemes, they are not the top. All right, let's look at some sports. Indiana getting smoked by Cincinnati. Notre Dame, ooh, they are still bad. Let's see. I think there was one game I wanted to see. Not see. I just want to check the. Syracuse beat Virginia. Ooh, Michigan and Maryland actually was a little closer than it should have been. Pitt. Yep, that's what I figured. Clemson beats Wake Forest in overtime. I thought the whole time I was like, man, you should go for the win. Wake Forest punted late in that game. I didn't think they should have. Wait, what? Big move by the 19 when he practically spun? That's not a big move. That's a big mistake. Oh, I see. It's part of the race recap. I thought they were taking that as a good move, like huge move on the 19 here. It's like that's not a good move. That's just a bad corner, like a really bad corner. Yeah, the Denny car from Kansas was okay. Honestly, I would say Denny doesn't run a lot of great race cars. Yeah, Denny. I don't think there's ever been a Denny Hamlin paint scheme that I've been like, oh, I really need it. You know, Hendrick schemes are boring. Yeah, I think they're a little dull this year. I think Hendrick used to have to or I shouldn't say have to. Hendrick used to paint their race cars and they looked really good because of it. Now that they can't paint them and they have to wrap them, I think that really hurt Hendrick. Um, the problem is the William Byron car for the Exalta one still looks really good. So that one still exists. And the Elliott A-Shock is one I really like. Yeah, I want the the Coca-Cola Hamlin car. Yeah, that one looked good. I will say, I forgot about that one. That one did look really, really good. I really liked that one. But I definitely was not as big a fan of the. All right, Noah, get clear, clear for the lead. I was not as big a fan of like his new FedEx car. I liked his white one. But now they added a lot more purple to the hood. I don't know. I don't like it as much. Yeah, the Hooters and A-Shot cars look pretty good. I like those. 98 of 200. So we are almost to halfway. We are past stage 2. Rain is not a threat. But that does mean somewhere around lap 50, if you want to split the stage directly in half, would be where you want to pit to get your all new tires and fuel. So all right. Well, Brandon Brown's still hanging out in the top 10, by the way, running 8th. Sam Mayer, nice recovery in 9th. Riley Herbst is in 10th. So a lot of good recoveries for those guys. Points as they run. Oh, that ain't right. Oh, he's the leader. Noah's the leader, so they don't show his point gap, but they're showing Gibbs 46 above the cut line. They're showing, there goes Brandon Brown. He's going to get him. Got by Mayer, and now Josh Berry on the hunt, as is Riley Herbst. I mean, he's going to push him all the way down this front stretch. Boy, Texas is a treacherous track. You can see it. I think Exalta needs different paint schemes every week. I don't know about every week. I just wish they could paint the car again. But I will say I did not think that the Exalta black, the matte black car from last year, I thought that was one of the best cars. I really liked that paint scheme. Wow, nobody's won 4 straight Xfinity races. Not even Kyle Busch. Nope, all the way back to Sam Ard. That's incredible. You already saw the purple concept for Blaney's. For Blaney? No. I didn't see one for Blaney. I saw his. I liked his Kobe tribute car. I actually used to have it. I actually gave that one away. So I shouldn't say gave it away. It was a gift, but yeah, the liquid color on that Blaney one was pretty cool. $37 points out for Clements, unfortunately. That's probably must-win territory. Don't get me wrong, a good weekend at Talladega, and a lot of guys having trouble could put him right back in the hunt going into the Roval, but it very easily could be must-win territory for Clements already. So they're interviewing him now. Sounds like there was no indication, just sort of happened. And Hemrick had a big wiggle coming out of the corner. I think he was trying to get up to 10th, but ends up with a wiggle and falling back a little further. All right. 97 to go. Man, look at these guys. Sam Mayer, AJ Allmendinger, Landon Castle. They are going at it. You look at all the... Oh, caution. The 13 spun for the third time. Who? What's his name? Akatori Ogata. Okay. I don't know who that is, but this is why I shouldn't even say that. It could be the car. Could just be a car problem. But my biggest problem with these Xfinity cars is like the same thing we had last week with the 48, Nick Sanchez. He spun twice by himself in the first 50 laps of the race. I was sitting there thinking, like, look, you spin on your own 3 times, you're out. Your race is done. Like, we're not going to keep letting you do this. Because he spun all by himself again. Like, I understand you're being on the edge of control and it happening once. But I think they're parking him for a few laps. Maybe not. But I don't know. I just think there's a problem I have when you have these cars causing cautions and changing races because they're just not talented. Oh, 49-year-old. Okay, so he's probably got some experience. Just not sure. I don't know. So I think that's his second solo spin of the day, though. Like, I think 3 solo spins and you're gone. Although I'd have been kicked out of a lot of video game races by now. All right, so the newest tires are Allmendinger and Castle in 10th and 11th, Hemrick in 14th, Sieg in 15th. Noah is not coming. Noah faked like he was coming to pit road. No way. No way you're pitting right there. Yeah, that would be a bad pit decision. And commercial time. Alrighty. When do they play? Well, looking at it, I couldn't see, so I think Iowa plays later tonight. Not sure if I'm even going to watch. Their offense has been pitiful. Let's see here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. All right. Question on Kyle Busch. Okay, yep. I will make sure to get that taken care of. Well, while we are in here, I'm going to leave a question in the chat. I'll have you guys reply to it. Oops, let me get over here. All right. I posted a question in the chat for y'all. What diecast have you ever always wanted but never had? So it would kind of be like your grail or your missing piece, whatever you want to call it. But what car or diecast for your collection have you always wanted but never had? Jimmy Johnson, 2916. I don't know what that is. 2016? Championship race version. Oh, Homestead. Yep, okay. 2016 Homestead version. Gotcha. Yep, I would agree. That's a good one. Jeff Gordon's National Guard. Is that the Texas win? Is that the one he won with at Texas, or is it the clean version? Because I think I had one of each, but I can't remember which one's which. There was a... ...2016 race version. Yeah, that 2020 Trump 124 and 2016 JJ Championship race win. Which one? Are you talking the Corey LaJoie or the Joe Nemechek? Because there was actually two different ones. Those are cool cars only for the historical preference of it. Like, it's not very often you see a presidential election on a race car. Like, that's different. Tony Stewart Homestead win 2011. There's an Elite on eBay right now. I have my eyes on. Just not looking to pull the trigger. Just looking to keep an eye on it and see what it goes at. Chase Elliott 501st9 says Chase Elliott 124th Xfinity wins. I have one, but as an Elliott, but as all Elliott 124th collector, I need them. Which one do you have? Because all four of them are tough to find. Texas is probably the toughest. Then I would say Richmond, then Darlington, then Chicago. Chicago's probably the LaJoie. Okay. I actually still have an ARC and an Elite of that one on the website. Not an Elite. I think the one on the website's an ARC, but I know I have one of each at the moment. It'd be so cool to get it autographed by Trump. That'd be neat. That'd be really something. Like having a car autographed by a president of the United States. I wouldn't mind an Obama one. I wouldn't want a Biden one. I can definitely tell you that. Oh, and now we got a crash. AJ's in it. Castle's in it. Brown is in it. And it's totaled. Sieg is in it. Oh, no. We got a huge crash on the backstretch. Looks like the 16 turned the 68 right in front of the field. And it just turned into a mess. You had him hit Castle, who right hooked, went straight across the track, and everyone else in between got involved in that one. I don't think they're going to be happy about that one, because that is not one that was essential. That was a long way to go to be making that move. Looks like AJ's car's good enough. They'll be able to make a couple repairs. They'll have to tape something shut. I don't know what's up with Oh, that rear end looks bent. Oh, yep. Castle is climbing out. His car's still moving. Let's see here. So coming out of the corner, looks like Brandon Brown trying to sneak up in line. There just wasn't there, and Allmendinger hits him, hits Castle. Castle right hooks across. AJ and Brandon Brown go down to the bottom of the track. A few of them are filtering through. Bailey Curry, the 45 gets tagged by the 31, who hits the 39. Pretty minor damage to both of those. 45 tags the 16. The 39 goes for a lazy spin. A lot of the cars don't look terminal. I think there's a couple of them, but it looks like a lot of small hits. I think the 68, the 10, and the 16 had the worst of it, and everyone else was pinball action at a little bit lower speeds. The 6, wow, look at Brennan Poole get through there. Oh, man, the 4, Bailey Curry gassed it up and just barely didn't get hooked. Looks like 35 got a little piece of it. Here we go. We can watch from Hemrick's view here. Looks like the 68 just tried to go up when there wasn't a hole. I mean, there was kind of a hole. I think Allmendinger's got a... I mean, I'm sure he regrets it. I would think he wishes he would have let off a little there. You're not entitled to the space, but, I mean, it wasn't like Allmendinger benefited from all this. He got, you know, his just as bad for AJ as everybody else. So, yeah, it takes out the 10, the 16, 68 all have more significant damage, and then trying to see how many get through here in the middle. Like I said, the 39 gets tagged by the 45 spinning, so the right front of his car is bent, but it looks like outside of that little right front contact, 39's untouched. So Sieg should still be all right, but unfortunately it looks like Castle and Brown are probably done for the day. Stefan ends up correcting right into AJ's right front, so there could be some steering damage to AJ as well. All right, let's see here. Sorry, guys, I got distracted. We were looking at this big crash. Yeah, Landon Castle, driver's side, right into the wall and just stays on it. Well, they could have avoided it just a little. Looks like there's a donut mark that actually cut a hole in the body. All right, let's see here. So, here's one. Byron's Homestead win. I always had plans of getting it, but never did because all the next-gen 124 standards started coming out. Maybe one day, but probably not. Actually, I think his Homestead car looks amazing. I love that paint scheme. The damage isn't great. It's literally just the race detail and the paint scheme that make it look really good. But I do have an extra Elite on the website, so but no ARCs. So for now, they're still available, so you don't have to worry too bad. Once I sell out of them, that might mean they're all gone. I don't know for sure. All right, so it looks like the door has peeled off a little bit. So they're trying to bare bond the door back together because it actually has a split. And so the foam was showing through the left side. So they're showing that one on AJ. So they're still repairing his. It sounds like the tires are all straight, so he might still be fine. But definitely not what AJ or, any of the Brandon Brown or Landon Castle were looking for out of that one. Florida Denny Hamlin fan says, I also want the 2016 Daytona 500 car from Denny Hamlin. Yeah, that thing was not a hard car to find a couple years ago. Like 2017, when I was first starting to collect cars, I was able to find Denny's Daytona car pretty easily. Like it was kind of I should say that. At 2017, let me tell you this, the cars that were dirt cheap on the market that I bought, and I say dirt cheap like they were selling for $30 on eBay, cheap. I bought Kyle Busch's Homestead from 2015, Jeff Gordon's Martinsville from 2015, 2016 Daytona 500 from Denny Hamlin, 2016 All-Star from Joey Logano. In case you haven't noticed, there's a trend here. All of them are insanely hard to find now. So it's kind of crazy how that happens. But it seems to do that. Like, the cars stay really easy to find for 2 to 3 years, and then they disappear off the face of the earth. And then you have to really hunt for them. So don't be surprised if into next year, starting early next year, the 2019 season cars are hard to find. I know there's already some that are. For instance, Elliott's 2019 Roval. All of Elliott wins are really hard to find, actually. But Kurt Busch's Kentucky win's pretty tough to find. 2019 Bowman, that one's hard to find. 2019, who else? Hamlin Daytona. 2019 Kyle Busch, any of them. Those are all pretty tough to find. Like, it's crazy how 3 years later, they're always tough to find. I don't really understand why, though. It's weird. All right, so we're under commercial after the crash involving A.J. Allmendinger, Landon Castle, and Brandon Brown. So a lot of repairs being made in the pits for that one. Scooch myself closer to the mic here. Now you can hear me. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Maybe you can't hear me. I could be wrong. I hope Martinsville's a good race. They're showing a commercial currently. But, man, I'm telling you, if Martinsville's a snooze fest, you're going to hear a lot of really angry race fans. I also want a few Kane cars. I kind of want to track down the Zombie Skittle car KFB win at some point. That's another one I have. I have ARCs and Elites. So, good news. I still have some for you all. Honestly, a lot of them. Yeah, we're all there. I shouldn't say that. I don't have as many that I need anymore. Like, I've trimmed out to the point where I'm like, I'm satisfied. The cars I've seen in person win, a lot of those I'm pretty excited to have, but I have a lot of cars where I'm like, it's fun to do the review on it, but now it's time for a new home. If Noah gets 4 in a row, it'll be the first time since Sam Ard was able to win that many in a row. All right, coming to the choose, we will be going green next time by Noah will choose the inside. All right. Wow, that was a long caution, guys. I'm yawning. All right, 85 laps to go. So still one set of green flag pit stops that will need to take place. AJ's radio is awesome. He's like, we're not fine. We got absolutely pancaked. I appreciate your optimism. Recently got Elliott's 2016 Rookie of the Year in Galaxy ARC and Scott's Collectibles at North Carolina for only $60. That's a great find. Yeah, Rookie of the Year, by the way, exclusively. They only make them in Galaxy Finish. They do not make a standard finish Rookie of the Year car. It's just Galaxy. Very neat. I say that, but I think they actually did make a standard version for Byron, though. You know, here's the crazy thing. With all these laps left to go, they've run 20 laps, about 20 laps, and AJ had to pit for repairs. So if the green flag pit stops come, AJ Allmendinger and Ryan Sieg will not have to stop for an extra 20 laps. So they will go 20 laps further on fuel. Oh, John Hunter and AJ Oh my goodness, we have a huge crash on the backstretch. Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier in it. Daniel Hemrick, John Hunter Nemechek. Huge crash. Massive crash on the backstretch. This one much worse than the first one. Brennan Poole's car is absolutely destroyed. Brandon Jones destroyed. Daniel Hemrick destroyed. These cars will not finish. They are junked. My goodness. Coming out of the corner, Allgaier got into the back of John Hunter. He hooked dead right and just clobbered the fence. And a lot of tore up race cars. Looks like the 19 will drive back, but it is in bad shape. Big, big, big crash. And now AJ Allmendinger's day looks a little better, as does Sam Mayer's and Ryan Sieg, because suddenly their day doesn't look so bad with all that carnage. Yep, I said it again. Justin Allgaier's day is done. Brandon Jones' day, done. Daniel Hemrick, done. A lot of cars out of this race, and boy, that is huge for the playoffs, because suddenly guys like Jeremy Clements are not going to lose quite as many points as they thought. So Austin Hill pokes low at the last second, tries to put him 3 wide, and it works for Austin Hill. He's able to roll the bottom, but he doesn't have the speed. Wow. I thought there was contact. It looks like Allgaier got too close. Wow, Nick Sanchez ARCA braked the heck out of that. Nick Sanchez is one slight move from getting absolutely destroyed. Okay, so Allgaier pulls up on the back of the 18, and the air just gets him loose. Gets loose, tags the 7, and they both go head-on into the fence. Big crash. Bottom 4 get through. Oh, huge rear ending. That was Brennan Poole into the back of the 19. He had a kind of an ARCA brake moment. Like I said, big ARCA brake moment on the 48. If he got lucky there was a hole, because he shot through that hole at a crazy rate of speed. I mean, if that hole's not there, he is going to absolutely clobber someone. Yep, done day for Hemrick. Wow. Justin Allgaier's initials are J.A. I know, and I'm always flipping them. AJ Allmendinger and Justin Allgaier, both of them. They mess me up constantly. John Hunter and the air just got him loose. That's tough. That is a tough day. I mean, a lot of good cars tore up in that one. Like I said, Allgaier is coming with him on the top, gets loose, and then tags the 7, and boom, they just hit the wall. The 19 in it, 11 in it, track is almost blocked. The 48 and the 4 snag through along with the 27, and then it's blocked again. And after that, you don't see a car come through for a while. Huge rear ending. Huge backpacking. I don't know. Big crash. Will I ever do the B-Dubs Hot Ones challenge? No. I struggle in the mild section of the menu. I gotta fix your sled, by the way. Yes, Allgaier is in it. Let's see. I just got Jones Clash win and Bowman Chicago in for only 200. That's a solid find. Good find there. That Bowman first win's a tough one. Let's see. Dale Sr. flipped and finished a race. Any car can finish. Yeah, NASCAR should not have let him finish, but it does make for an epic story. Man, a lot of playoff guys, and we're under a long commercial break again, just so you all know. That's a lot of playoff guys in trouble now. All right, let's see here. Three playoff guys, along with in the Owners' Championship, the 18. So 4 playoff cars, 3 playoff guys involved in that one. So this proves exactly why it's so important for guys like Justin Allgaier and Daniel Hemrick to stay out at those stages and try to get those points. You never know what can happen, because John Hunter pitted before both stages. Now, he's not running for points, so it's fine, but he gave up points on both stages, and now he's wrecked. So he's got nothing to show for the day. Now, he did get some stage points because even with pitting, he was able to come in. But John Hunter could have had 2 stage wins and a wrecked car. Still not a great day, but better than having no stage wins and a wrecked car. So that is why it's not as big a gamble as you think to stay out and take those stage points. You never know. Why shouldn't they let him finish? Because if you're so far off the pace that you're a hazard, it's dangerous for everybody else and yourself. Denny Hamlin's Vegas win, 124, looks insane. Ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday next week, I have one of the biggest arrival boxes coming, and you will all get to be there to see it. And that car, along with Bubba Wallace's Talladega, Kyle Larson's Kansas, and a bunch of others. A bunch. So, many, many cars coming in Tuesday. So, stay tuned. We will have a new arrival stream. Then I also got Larson's Phoenix Win Elite and Elliott's 2020 Martinsville Win ARC. That's who it was. I was just looking over the Larson one to make sure. As I always do, I inspect every car. And I was just making sure it was all good before I sent it out. So, yes, I actually just put those boxes over by my car. So, they are ready to go to work with me Monday and get shipped. I also have another order with 3 164s that needs to go out. So, yep, it usually ships the same or first day. So if you order it on a Wednesday, it ships the next day because I don't work where I have all the cars. So if an order comes in at, say, noon, I can't ship it same day because I'm literally at work. So, yes, because this is not my full-time job, I don't have the option to do that, sadly. Hey, perfect timing. Just hope your internet doesn't go out. Then you can sit there and have a good old time on the stream. We can all have a lot of fun. Splurged a little bit on the cars last night. Hey, the good news is they're still cheaper than what you can get them for in most places. So if you wanted to go, I think the nice thing was between the both of them, if you put them together, you probably couldn't get that good a price on them just about anywhere. That's my hope anyway. I'm hoping I can be the cheapest out there. What are my thoughts on Elliott's A-Shock 1/18 sprint car? I'm really happy with it. I love sprint cars, though. So that has something to do with it. Josh Berry is in. But I am a huge fan of sprint cars, and so I really, really like having that sprint car. It's a beautiful looking car, so I really like it. I'm pretty happy with it. Hop on my hotspot, dude. I would be shocked if you can use a hotspot in a hurricane. I feel like in a hurricane you're gonna have so much weather it's gonna not work. I mean, if it does, great, but I'm honestly surprised. I will be surprised if it works, just because I've had satellite before, and I know how weather can play such a role in that. All right, let's see here. Yeah, actually, the other good news is I do have some Elliott 1/18 sprint cars that'll be on the site. I would definitely say if you had to choose between an Elliott sprint car and an Elliott Elite, whatever random Elite you want, I would take the Elliott sprint car. I think the detail is better. I think the production number is lower in terms of if you want to have a more rare car. And frankly, it's just really cool. Same with Larson. If you were able to be one of those guys that got a Larson 57 car, those things are worth over $300 now. Like, sprint cars are more likely to go up in price. But I will have 3 Elliott sprint cars, maybe 2 or 3 Elliots available when they come in. Like I said, that one came in through a different source because I really wanted to get it in. But I do have others coming. I also have 164, so you should make a Discord dedicated solely to diecast. I probably should. One of these days I'll set a Discord up for everybody. I need to make sure I have it set right because I don't want to get spammed. I have enough trouble in my YouTube chat with spam, Listening to Justin Allgaier's interview. So, very disappointed, Justin Allgaier didn't feel like he had a better car than Noah Gragson, but did feel like they were in the right spot and in a good position. Another donut hole cutting into the body on the right side on Justin Allgaier. So we've had it twice I've seen now today. But yeah, Justin Allgaier disappointed. Ready to go to the next day, but sounded like they had decent speed, just not race winning speed. All right, now let's look down here. What about the red and black nose winged sprint car? Is that still coming? Wait, what? The red and black non-winged. Oh, that's not a sprint car. That is a midget. That is a midget that he ran at the Chili Bowl. And so that is also still going to be out there. But those are coming later. That one was not announced until a couple months later. So I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a month or two before we see that. So that midget is coming. Yes, I should have. I will definitely make sure I get the right mod set up on that when we get the Discord going. You're at work, but it's Saturday. Where in the world can you watch? Most Saturday jobs mean it's retail and you can't be on your phone. I guess if you're in security, maybe. Well, either way, I'm still glad you're here. Wow, Minnesota smacking it to Michigan State. That's only 17-0, but still. All right, let's see here. So Daniel Hemrick. Oh, that's a cashier. Ugh. Ouch. Yikes. A lot of tore up race cars. So dead right now. It is Saturday afternoon. It's normally not a super busy time. So Daniel Hemrick tries to hook left to miss the wreck, ends up getting loose or tagged. Not really sure from the replay, but that is the end of the day for the 11 car. So only one colleague car left in all this. And that is AJ Allmendinger in 11th. I'm getting bored, NASCAR. Let's get rolling. Been on a commercial for what feels like an hour. We've been streaming, by the way, guys, for 2 hours. Like, this is a pretty long Xfinity race. We still got 70 laps to go. What's the fuel window? Where's Bob? Bob! Bob Pockris. Paging Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob Pockris. All right, let's see here. Need to go to the pre-race tweet from Bob. He usually does a pretty good job of letting us know where we're at here. Fuel window, 59 to 62 laps. So they're still within, they still got about 15 laps till they get to the fuel window. However, there is potential to two-tire stop it if that's what you choose to try. Not sure it's going to be a valid option, but if you wanted to pit now, you could have that as an option. Because you can see there are guys that pitted under this last yellow. They can go about 40 laps further. So when these guys green flag pit, they're going to be a lap down for a while until they all come around. So this will be interesting because there's some opportunity for guys to stay out much longer than the leaders and trap them a lap down if a yellow happens to come out. And that could be a very interesting stat because 43 laps since last pit stop. Now, with all the caution laps, it's probably more like 30. But still, about 30 laps they'll have to pit. So no later than 40 to go. Oh, we got another crash. 78. Big, well, not big crash, but big contact. Right side bumper, or right side and bumper are missing. So 78. Garrett Smithley now crashes himself out of 13th position. And we're back to yellow. You think these guys would chill out a little bit, considering there's only 22 cars left on the racetrack. Jeez. Was it Joe Graff again? Oh, Myatt Snyder as well. So we got damage on a few cars. Looks like Kyle Weatherman trying to go low on the 78, and the 78 just blocks really hard. I mean, all the way to the apron, then tries to block him up to the wall, and that's just grounds to getting yourself turned right there. He's running top 10, but he runs him all the way to the apron and then tries to slide back up in front of him after he goes high side on him and just gets hooked. So, yeah, he's trying to block really hard, and he's blocking so hard he gets himself turned. That's just that's a Garrett Smithley moment, everybody. A certified Garrett Smithley moment. I just remember the fact that he was the one that wrecked the leaders at Kansas a couple years ago when I was there. He's a lap car. Briscoe and Bell were running for the lead, and he slides up in front of them and wrecks them both. I don't even know what the heck he was doing. He just slid bottom to top and wrecked both leaders. And then he blamed his spotter, and his spotter, I think, was Freddie Kraft, and was like, I didn't say anything. Everybody went to his spotter communication and saw that he was not clear. So, yeah. These 2 hours have flown by. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. It didn't until about 25 minutes ago. We've been under caution for practically 25 straight minutes. I want to see some racing. Ugh. Gosh. I'm getting bored. Feels like 30 minutes. It feels like an hour. Just for the caution stuff. Like I said, the racing's been great for most of the early stages, but right now it's like, gosh, can we just make a lap? My gosh. Ugh. The first of these cautions came out at lap 90, or 90 to go. Now we're down to 72 to go, and we've had 4 more yellows in the middle. So now that Garrett Smithley has successfully taken himself out of the running, Myatt Snyder is the final car on the lead lap in 21st. Okay, so only Jeb Burton comes down pit road. I think it's still a good call because you can't make it on fuel, but you can 2-tire stop it or something. You could really gain some track position or gain some ground doing stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I didn't expect so many crashes today. It's so boring. It isn't as boring as I thought, but NASCAR with their shenanigans is boring. It's just boring waiting under yellow. I just want to see some racing. I said the first 2 stages had some decent racing. We had some coming and going. I think everyone's getting a little bored right now because, like I said, we've seen 3 restarts and they all crash on the backstretch. We've seen 6 total corners of racing in 30 laps. Let's go. I want to see some racing. That's why I tuned in. I didn't tune in for caution laps, as shocking as that may be. Need to get me some water. The yellows feel like we are at Road America. I know. It's gosh. I figured by now they would have gone to the quickie yellow format where everybody pits at the same time. Instead, they're doing full course, full blown out yellows every time. Speed it up. The 78 drove back. Go pick the debris up, line up, and race. Gosh. It's that is something I've noticed. They lack urgency. NASCAR has a big issue of lacking urgency. And it's a problem. Watching Allah's stream, a.k.a. Abu Dhabi Sports 2. I don't know what that is. I might need a Mountain Dew at some point. Ugh. I need to go from Mountain Dew to water. I had to get some water in my system. God, I'm just waiting for this race to start again. I'm going to go look. I want to look on my phone and see, when did all this rash of caution start? Because it's downright ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say. Yeah, looks like the Allmendinger, Brown, and Castle wreck, which started all this, that wreck was tweeted about 33 minutes ago by Bob Pockrass. It's been 33 minutes and we've seen like a lap of racing. Yeah, 32 minutes ago. Please just string out and start racing. Ugh. Try an A-Shock instead. Yeah, I'm trying to get away from more of the caffeine if I can. I have a little bit at time to time. I don't like to put too much stuff. Yeah, 49 laps since last pit stop for the top 6. And after that, 18 laps for Ryan Sieg and 0 for guys like Tommy Joe Martins. So they can go 50 laps further. And with only 69 to go and the pit window being 62 laps, there's potential for some saving of fuel. We will see about that. Rowdies are good. Rowdy, I think, uses all natural stuff with their... so they don't use as much heavy caffeine, which is pretty cool. Did they do it? Did they do it? Come on, Noah, get back to the line. One full lap of green flag racing, ladies and gentlemen. They've done it. 20 years of trying. 20 years of frustration. The Xfinity Series field has made it a green flag lap. About time. Oh, man. Looks like they're still side by side for second. Austin Hill is battling with Ty Gibbs. Nick Sanchez running in that 48 car up to 5th. Still running a great race. Not Austin. See, I got that one wrong too. AJ Allmendinger is up to 6th position. So, got some good cars. I do think John Hunter and Noah Gragson had the class of the field. I think Ty Gibbs is good, but I think he was a small step behind those other two for most of the day. All right. Now we're starting to spread out just a little bit. Finally. 20 years of frustration. Let's see. Sadly, I can't have Monster because my heart goes from normal to beats per minute to unknown. Dude, honestly, that's why I stay away from the energy drinks, man. There is some legitimately spooky... Not spooky. The amount of people that at young age have heart issues because of the amount of energy drinks they have in a short window is concerning. Like, people who have legitimately died from drinking too many Monsters in a window. Like, that is scary to me. So I don't touch energy drinks hardly ever, and when I do, I noticed a couple years ago I had a couple at Bristol, and I remember feeling really jittery, and I did not like the way that that felt. So I actually steer pretty clear of the energy drinks because there's just combination of sugar and caffeine that is just a little much. All right, so 63 to go. We are now officially in the pit window. If this stays green, guys like Josh Berry, AJ Allman, maybe not AJ, but Josh Berry and a couple others could two-tire the strategy at the end or come in for just a quick splash, and that could get him enough time. Now, problem is Josh Berry has to stay within earshot. He's only 3 seconds back right now, so that works. But if he falls 10, 12, 14 seconds back, those new tires are going to eat him up, and he won't be able to hold the lead. So he's got to stay close if he wants to be able to try and capitalize on that. There is one guy I'm watching. Tommy Joe Martin's topped off on that last yellow. He may be trying to make it. Now, I don't think his pace is going to be able to win him the race, even if he does stretch it, because it's such a long run. He'll probably get past, but he could get a top 5 run out of this if Tommy Joe runs the full race on this last stint. So looks like Burton and Weatherman also have pretty fresh fuel in there as well. Okay. Let's see here. Gotta go? All right, well, have a good one. I much prefer Pepsi products. I as well. I like that. I try to have them when I'm working or really, really tired, when I have to drive or something. Rowdy hasn't bothered me, though. Rowdy is the one that I will say I haven't seen as many issues with. I think Rowdy is one that I've tasted and tried, and I didn't have the jitteriness that came from like an A-Shock or a Monster. I definitely felt a lot better with the Rowdies. I think Rowdy's probably one of the best quality energy drinks in terms of what they put in their stuff. I wonder when these guys in the lead stop. They have run so many caution laps that they can go probably 70, 80 laps on fuel because of how many of them were run under caution. But they definitely still can't make it to the end. So 60 to go. Gregson, Gibbs, Hill, Herbst, and Allmendinger as they head to another commercial break. But Gibbs is closing. He's running just a little bit faster than Noah Gragson right now. But we'll see what happens. Oh, Gibbs just went way high. Looks okay, but boy, his car jumped up the hill. Holy cow, he's not holding second. I think Austin Hill's going to get by him before they get to turn 1. He lost so much momentum. Going into the corner, it just took off up the hill, and Ty Gibbs all the way back to third now because of that. He was closing, but man, it was in the middle of the corner there, Winvow. He went into the corner. You could see him shoot up the hill, and it was on corner entry. He slid way high, caught it, but he was so slow through the middle of the corner because of how dirty it is up there that by the time he even got going, he was nowhere to be found. So yeah, you were right. It was in corner 4 where he was slow, but it started in corner 3 on entry. He just went way high or slid high out of the groove, and boy, it bit him. Gonna go cry in the shower. Hey, root for Gregson. Gregson. He says it's Gregson, but it has an A. Don't ask me why. But root for Gregson. He's awesome. I like Gregson. And besides, once he's gone, Allgaier can win all the races again. I hope Luke Lambert goes with Gregson. I think Lambert has been a great addition. They seem to have really good communication with each other. Yeah, 54 barely caught it, and boy, it really sent him backwards. Now, watching Josh Berry, he's still 4.7 seconds back, so he's still pretty close, but I'm looking at the pace, and it falls off. So even though he does have fresh tires now, I'm watching these lap times, and I'm telling you what, they're going to come back out, and they're going to run 2 miles an hour faster. So they're going to have to do something to help themselves. Got a commercial now for the docu-series, Race for the Championship. I will say I've watched all of them so far. Really, really enjoyed them. So that's way better than the Life in the Fast Lane or whatever the Dylan one is called. Definitely a better show. Ooh, man, Sheldon Creed and Sanchez are really leaning on each other. Whew, that was tight. That was, man, they were leaning on each other hard. Who is the underdog in Cup and Xfinity? I would say in Xfinity it's any of the teams that are not in big equipment. So that would be the Ryan Siegs of the world. I don't know if I'd put Colleague in there necessarily, but I would put like, the 48, the 39, the 4, the 27, 45. Those would be the ones. They're showing the replay now of Ty Gibbs getting big loose entering the corner. And that thing slid all the way up. Didn't hit the wall, but it was in all the dirty marbles up there, and it just has no grip. Yeah, the tires, well, like I said, back in the day, there used to be a bunch of marbles, and when you got out of the marbles, you legitimately had no grip for 2 corners. And for some reason, Goodyear's had tires now that they don't seem to marble up as bad, but I will say, at Texas, they definitely still marble up pretty bad. So he got up in the marbles, and it was, you see it in IndyCar all the time. Sometimes when you hit that area, you have no chance of saving the car. Luckily, in NASCAR, there's enough lack of downforce that they have a shot to save it. John Hunter Nemechek interview coming up. I'm going to listen to it here quick. So a disappointed John Hunter Nemechek on that one. I'd say Weatherman. Yeah, Weatherman's an underdog. Like I said, 48, 39, 4, 30. Just basically a lot of those guys that are running for the non-big teams. Anyone that's Cup affiliated or Colleague, which is now Cup affiliated, any of those teams I don't consider underdogs. But Junior Motorsports is technically a Cup affiliate to Hendrick, so I don't count them either. But the other ones, Big Machine Racing, a lot of those single and double car teams, I would consider in that mark. Do I like the reverse Dega idea? Reverse Dega idea? Is that the one where they go backwards on Dega? Because I don't like Talladega in general. I just wish they had a better drafting package that allowed them to not have to rely on big pushes. A few weeks back, I got an 18-car glass display case. Oh yeah, glass display case for only $150. That's pretty dang good. It's made of glass or plexiglass. I don't think I've ever seen a glass one. They're always like a clear plastic, as the ones I've seen at least. I have a couple of them. I actually I had a case break on me this last weekend. I use a case to take them to and from the track now. It's the easiest way to haul them. And when I was pulling the case out, it caught the edge of something and broke the top of it. So the top hinge is like cracked and stuff. So it'll still work for what I need it to do. I can still stick it in the trunk full of cars, but I don't think I'm going to bring as many cars to the racetrack. I'm having a better time not carrying cars around. All right, you can see it right now on the lap timers. 176 miles an hour is what Noah is running. He was running 178, 177, so it is dropping. The pace is dropping. And Noah Gragson pitting? Or do we have a caution? I think they got a pit. Noah Gragson coming as well. Cars coming to pit road. All right, nice and easy, Noah. Don't beat yourself. So here's that window. 44 laps to go. They're pitting now, and to the end of the race, they're going to be chasing down a lot of these guys. Like I said, Allmendinger, I can't speak today. Allmendinger can go 20 laps. Barry can go like 34 laps, 30 laps. Like, he can go a long ways. So we just got to hope there's no yellows coming up here, because these guys could get trapped a lap down. So Allmendinger is the leader. He is going to be probably half a straightaway in front of Noah for a few laps. But once Noah is up to speed, he'll be able to pass and get back on the lead lap. Because the lead lap is big, because you need to be on the lead lap to be able to cycle around if a caution comes out. All right, the 2 RCR cars are now in. 4 tires and fuel. Creed and Hill are out and going along. All right, Hill has just exited pit road. Gregson just went by Austin Hill. Allmendinger down in 3 and 4 currently. But look at that pace difference. Well, I can't say the pace difference yet. Man, honestly, those are pretty good laps. 176. AJ Allmendinger is throwing some good laps together. If he can win this race, that's going to be huge. But Noah has some very clean racetrack in front of him. So with those fresh tires, this is a perfect time for Noah to go lay down some really good laps. So Noah's about a full straightaway back. Let's see the delta here. But it's going to be a little bit before he unlaps himself. So they are praying there is not a yellow. Half a second. That's not a lot. It's something, but half a second when you're, 7 seconds back, that's going to take 14 to 20 laps, and that's 20 to go. I'm trying to look at the delta here. I don't have it. I'm trying to see how far back Ty Gibbs and Austin Hill are off the pit stop sequence. All right, looks like they're going back to another commercial. All right, I feel like I could see you doing something MRN radio broadcast in the future because your voice is radio beauty. So is my face. I don't know if I'd get too entranced in the race, I'd forget to keep talking. Don't do like Larson last year at Pocono, please. Oh my gosh, please no, we don't need that. We do not need that. All right, looking at their running order, though. Ryan Sieg, Sam Mayer. Like, look at these guys that are up there. Like I said, watching the lap times here, looks like... I kind of have to go look here. Yeah, so Noah's still running pretty good times. He's running a 30.1 to a 30.5. So it's still over half a second that he's being able to close. And I'm about to miss speaking. Allmendinger is starting to close on some lap traffic. So that is going to hurt his lap time pretty significantly. Not sure who that is. 92. Who's 92? Alex LeBay running 9th. Good for him. Good run for Alex. Oh, wow. Allmendinger had to go 3 wide on some lap cards. Man, Noah's 10 miles an hour faster than those two. He'll catch them probably in a lap or two. All right, so keeping our eyes open. Looks like Noah Gregson's still the fastest on the racetrack. He's just obviously off schedule on the pit sequence currently. Meanwhile, Allmendinger continues to lap cars. 175, still a good pace. Like I said, I don't know if Allmendinger's plan is to 2-tire it or if they're going to still go for the full 4 tires and just hope their fresh tires help them. Because they are definitely losing time to Gregson. It's just a matter of how much. I really wish I had a better view of this. It's kind of hard to see. I wonder if him or Barry are trying to save a little bit. Oh, Riley Herbst has to come soon. Actually, it looks like he just came. So Riley Herbst is in. He was at 86 laps. They said the fuel window was 62. That's how many cautions we had. Question is, Josh Berry. He's got the most fuel. Tommy Joe Martins does have a lot of fuel, but Noah is close enough. He will catch Tommy Joe by the end of it. Ryan Sieg is in. Like I said, AJ should have to be in here in the next 10 laps, and I think we will have to see Josh Berry in the next 20. Josh Berry can get to about 10 to go if he's not saving, and judging by the lap time, I don't know that he's saving that much. Jeb Burton is another one. Looks like they're in 1 and 2. He'd have to save a lot of fuel if Jeb Burton wants to make it in 5th. He's got the most. 42 laps. That would say he's got 20 more laps he can go. Now 20 laps, that's right. That's right on 9 to go. But again, can you save 9 laps of fuel with some cautions? I think you can. Ten more laps, sounds like. AJ Allmendinger will be in within the next 10 laps. With 10 to go, that's only 18 laps. I think you still want your 4 tires, though. Josh Berry can't make it, so he's going to have to pit. Holy cow, P8 below 1, all below 1 lap. Yeah, that's what Green Flag Pit Stops does, though. I love Green Flag Pit Stops. Seventh on back is now a lap down, boys. 7th. Oh, Ryan Sieg's almost 2 laps down. Dang, I wonder what happened to him. Sam Mayer is in. That puts us down to 5 lead lap cars. 5 total lead lap cars, man. One of my friends got his Logano 2022 Clash win yesterday, and it has Gen 6 wheels and tires on... Wait, Gen 6 wheels and tires on the... Wait, what, really? Has the wrong wheels? Dude, that's crazy. I mean, I thought I would see something like, oh, there's a Gen 6 sponsor sticker or something that was like updated that they may have missed. But the fact that the wrong wheel? How did it even fit on the car? All right, let's see that lap time there. 175. Okay, yep, 175. All right. Trying to see what Gregson's trying to go a half a lane lower than Barry at the moment. Yep, looks like that's what his kind of goal is. Trying to see what that gap back to. All right, 22 to go, so about 2 or 3 laps from when we were expecting to see AJ. Josh Berry holding up Noah could be very interesting with Austin Hill closing in. We'll see how long that goes because it's Josh. Josh is not racing him for position. Oh, man. Noah's pace has dropped significantly. Austin Hill is probably going to catch him by the end of this run. Oh, wow. They are running. Josh Berry is running him hard right now. Not sure what holding Noah's going to do, though. Unless you think you're going to run him down before the end of the run. That's possible, I suppose. $19 to go. All right, so Noah has gotten by Barry, but it doesn't mean anything. It's not for position. He's just trying to get on outside of 1 lap down. So Barry's coming in about 2 laps. I think AJ's coming in about 3 laps. Jeb Burton is the one that's interesting. But even with a splash of gas and 2 tires, I think he's still going to lose enough time to Noah that it's not going to make a difference. He's still going to be far enough back. AJ is also in. AJ and Josh Berry are in. That puts the leader of the race to Jeb. Well, it will be Jeb Burton in about 30 seconds. That's how big the gap is. Sorry, guys. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. When did we last have 5 on the lead lap? Charlotte. In the spring. We had a big, long run to end the race. Great race, by the way. Everyone talks about how great that race was. Fuel only. Quick splash and go for the 16. He is already out. The 8 is also off of pit road. All right, so the 9 does go back past those 2. He's still got to catch the 45 and the 27. 17 to go. Okay, that gap was bigger than I thought because AJ came out in front of Ty Gibbs. 1.2 second gap between Gregson and Hill. And it looks like Gregson finally got through all that heavy traffic. Oh, actually, it looks like he's pitting. Parsons is now on pit road. But Jeb Burton is leading the race with 16 to go. But he has to save fuel, and he has only a 3-second lead. They can't make it, according to the crew chief, so they are not trying to stretch it. They're just going to try and run it as long as possible. Oh, I'm shaking. This race got good. This race got really good. All right, Noah's pace on the last lap was 174, so back to a decent pace over Austin Hill. Looks like 1.2 seconds is still the gap between the two of them. And they're running very similar lap times, so... $15 to go. The 27 remains on the racetrack. This race got crazy. Yep, here's AJ and Ty Gibbs fighting for third. This will be third by the time the 27 has to pit. .1 seconds the gap. So Austin Hill closing in a little bit. But he does have to pass the 48. 48 is one lap car in between the two of them. .6 of a second back to Burton, so Burton will lose the lead most likely in the next 2 laps. And then it will be back down to Noah and Austin Hill with 12 laps to go. All right, so Noah Gragson will pass the 27, and he will be now scored as the leader, but Austin Hill down to 1.1 seconds ahead of Gragson. So he's closed that gap just a little bit more. Question is, with 11 laps to go, can he get there? Because getting there and passing them are two totally different things. Whoa, Ryan Sieg slid really high trying to make the pass. That will let the 9 by as well. And here comes the 27 to pit road, and he made it to 11 to go. So he didn't have as much fuel as I thought he did. I thought he might be able to stretch it further. But now, 0.7 of a second, the gap between Gragson and the Austin Hill. But Austin Hill has 2 lap cars in between him and Gragson to pass. So that is going to probably hurt him for a couple of laps here while he tries to get by them all. But I got to see what's ahead of Gragson as far as what lap traffic is coming his direction. Ty Gibbs, 2.8 back, running good lap times, but unfortunately just way too late to make a charge. Really only one other battle on the track between potentially Josh Berry and AJ Allmendinger, but AJ's getting better lap time. So only real battle we may have is for the lead, and it's up to 1 second, 1.1 as they run with 9 laps to go. Can Noah Gragson get 4 wins in a row? He's 9 laps away. Notable runs so far currently in the top 10. Ryan Sieg still running 10th, even though he is a lap down. Sam Mayer 9th. Good recovery for him. Riley Herbst, playoff contender, in 6th. Josh Berry 5th. Allmendinger 4th. Gibbs, Hill, and Gragson leading. So Gragson is running better laps now, and he's up to a 1.5 second lead. So if things stay clear in front of him and there's no yellow, we are looking probably at a 4 in a row. 4 in a row. 7 laps to go, and he is in turn 1. So looking at our lap times, I don't see any battles on the track, really. None that are that intriguing. Like I said, Ryan Sieg in 10th with a great run, but it doesn't look like he's got the speed to catch Sam Mayer. So it looks like Sam Mayer would be the next guy to go a lap down to Noah, and I'm guessing he's not going to put up an insane amount of fight that could potentially cost him the race if it can happen that way. So But it looks like there's a pretty healthy gap between Noah and the 1 car. So he's got a ways to go. And he's up to almost a 2-second lead now. So he is cruising away. 6 to go. And he'll get 4 in a row. Look at McLaughlin running 8th. Great run for the 38. Is he on fuel? What's his pace? 38. 168. He might be saving fuel. He's only run 168 miles an hour, so he might be trying to make it on fuel. He may have come in and tried to stretch it because his pace is way off. He's going to lose probably 3 more spots, but still, that's a top 12 run for the 38. Good job. 5 to go. Snyder, I think, is either pitting or waving Noah by. Can't quite tell which lane he's giving him. He looks like he's going to give him the top. So put Snyder another lap down. Snyder has crash damage, so he's not at a competitive pace. 4 laps to go. And we can see a 4 in a row in Xfinity, and it wasn't even Kyle Busch. Track is very clear in front, 1.5 seconds the gap. At this point, he just has to not run out of fuel, not have a huge slide in one of the corners. Just keep the foot on the floor and keep a nice steady line. No need to push it any harder than you have to. Don't need to have a big slide like Gibbs. Just nice and easy. 3 to go. 2 more laps to the white flag. That's the one we need. We need the white flag because that saves us from any yellows. .38, he's going to lose a spot down the back, or he's the one that's trying to stretch it on fuel, so he'll go a lap down on the backstretch. Still running P9. Not sure if he's out of fuel, but it looks like he's still pushing his fuel limit here. I think he went heavy save. He might just be full-blown punch and coast the rest of the way. 2 to go. 1 lap. If they can make it, AJ Allmendinger has a tire coming apart, he thinks. If he can make it 1 more lap to the white flag, that will create Noah through 3 and 4. Here he comes. Get that white flag. The white flag in the air. The race is official. It's either going to be the checkers or the yellow. Turn 1 and 2. Noah Gragson is good and clear. 1.3 seconds the gap. He can all but cruise through 3 and 4 to the finish here. Yep, nice and low. No need to push it up the banking there. And ladies and gentlemen, Noah Gragson is going to be the first guy since Sam Ard to win 4 races in a row. Second will be Austin Hill. Third is Ty Gibbs. Fourth, AJ Allmendinger. Great recovery for them. And fifth, Riley Herbst. Sixth, Josh Berry. Seventh, Sheldon Creed. Eighth, Sam Mayer. Ninth, Ryan C. Great way to open the playoffs. And 10th, great fuel economy run from CJ McLaughlin. Great job saving fuel and getting it to the finish. He didn't win, but he got a top 10 out of it. Very nice job from the 38 car. But Noah Gragson has now won 4 straight races. Incredible. And AJ Allmendinger limps it back, so he doesn't have to worry. He is very slow that last lap. I mean, way off the pace, but he was able to get there, and he does still get a top 5 out of it. So AJ with a great recovery. And now Noah Gragson is a 7-time winner this season and 4 in a row. That's great run. Great run for Noah. All right, we're going to stay tuned for the celebration. Normally I wouldn't, but it's vomit time. That's right. All right, let's read here. 4 in a row. If he wins the championship, I'm ordering all of his race wins from you. Oh, boy. Well, I've already got 7 on the way, so you just let me know. I'll make sure to have them on hand for you because I've already got all his race wins coming. Victory vomit. It is time. What do the points look like? Noah is locked in. Chances are it's a big battle at the bottom because Gibbs and AJ both made it through, so they're going to be big points ahead of the cut line. But I'm not sure what it's going to look like yet. Victory burnout time on the front stretch. You can stay sad for Justin. 4 in a row for Noah. Great job. Justin's still going to be all right, I think. Well, it is Talladega. Can he go for 5 in a row? Talladega will tell us. He is literally ripping the tire to shreds. I see all the little marbles spitting off it. Oh, there goes the tire. He just blew the left rear. Oh, he's coming out the hatch again. Out the hatch. Dude, he is super popular. Like, his celebrations, he's super good with fans. I was down in the pits last weekend, and his PR person had to practically shove him to get him to keep going. He loves to stop and sign for people. He's very, very good with fans. It's really something. And I don't see puke on him. What a day. Great job. 4 in a row. He's taking his gloves off nice and slow. I don't see a puke stain on him, though. That's got to count for something. Once the 18 went out, he doesn't look too hot. He might still be a little sick. Yeah, Noah's a good, talented kid. Like I said, he's going to be good in the Cup Series. He's a great driver to the fans. Like, I have not seen many drivers that have built their fan base from nothing like he has. I mean, he was a no-name guy just like all these guys, and he has gained his fans one at a time just by being a nice person in the garage, great on social media, and just, I mean, I haven't heard one story that's from a fan that talked about how bad he treated him. He's been very, very good at it. He hasn't climbed the fence yet. Listening to Noah's interview currently, so if you're wondering why it's silent, that's why. I think he's got to run tomorrow yet, too. Yep, so good interview. Oh, no, it's not done yet. Still interviewing. It's taking a long time. Round of 8. So he's locked in, even though he didn't need to lock in because he had so many points. Another win. 5 more playoff points for that 9 car. There's the fans chanting for the climbing of the fence. All right, let me look at some chats here real quick here. That race when diecast is going to be sweet. Oh, there's so many. I think the Darlington's going to be the best, but congratulating every member on the crew. It seems like this is a good group. I'm a little sad to see this go. This 9 group, that crew runs out to the car. You know, they come out to the car to celebrate on the front stretch, and that's a good tight-knit group. I think that's something he's going to want to build when he gets over to. Oh, there's the beer. He's gonna climb first or shotgun. He's still drinking some water. All right, I think they're gonna climb first, shotgun after. Up the fence they go. Look at how much post-race TV time he's taking, by the way. His celebrations being 15 minutes long is 15 minutes of coverage for all of his sponsors. It's a very underrated thing about what he's doing. Oh, Kurt Busch could be back in a few weeks. That'd be great. All right, let's see. Is he going to shotgun it? They're not going to show it. So they're not going to show that part. They're just showing the highlights. But 7 wins on the season, 4 in a row. And that Bass Pro crew is rolling. I hope he can get that championship. It'd be really fun to see a long-term battle because right now he would be hunting down AJ Allmendinger for points. And it could be really interesting to see where he's at points-wise. All right, well, that looks like the end of it here. Looks like there might be a little bit more post-race for the interviews, but we're probably not going to stick around too long for that. I would like to see if I can find the... Do they have it down here? Can I go to live standings? Live standings, here we go. Oh, I got to zoom it out a little. It's a little big in case you haven't noticed. There we go. So there's our live standings. He is now locked in. Point gap, you can see. Oh, that's over the cut line. So looks like Riley Herbst is still 1 out. Even after a top 5 day, he's still 1 point out. Hemrick is 7 points out. Jones is going to be 12 points out. And Jeremy Clements is going to be, he's going to be a long ways out. He's 12, so 12 and add 16 to that. That's going to be 12 and 16 is 38, 39. 38. So 38 points out. So the wreck did kind of help him. 38 points out. Allgaier is still well within that gap. So, oh, here we go. Now I can see it. 29. Oh, Clemens is only 29 back. 13 back for Jones. 8 back for Hemrick. Herbst is 1 out. Sieg and Mayer are both 1 in. Allgaier still has a 20-point gap. Barry, 24-point gap. Hill, 30-point gap. Ty Gibbs and Allmendinger, 46 and 47-point gap. Noah has already guaranteed himself into the next round. So, what a season. What a season it's been. Only guys really looking at must-win are Clements, and that's still not a must-win. He can have a good Talladega with everyone else having a bad Dega, and he can be right in the mix going into the Roval. So Noah's going to put the wheel back on. He's going to wheel it back to victory lane. But that'll pretty much wrap up our stream here tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed. We'll be live for 500 Texas miles tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. 500 miles of Texas. Yikes. Yeah, burn that tire off there. I love it. Noah likes to make a good race version. All right, so they've done that. What do you think about Bad Brad's momentum? I think it's good. Good qualifying effort. They had good speed the last couple of weeks. I think there's a good shot. Brad Keselowski has a trophy by the end of this year, and he's hungry for it too. So yeah, it should be interesting. But again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed. You can pre-order this win on Monday once we get the pre-order link up. I assume they're going to make it. So, but we'll have the pre-order link for this win and all the other Noah Gregsons. They're still on the website. You can check them out at RAS Diecast. That is the website to support this channel. But thanks, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. We'll see you tomorrow for the 500 miles of Texas in the next race stream.